pocket jacks versus ace queen offsuit. You guys are not gonna believe how this one played out. Of course, before we get into that situation, we got some other good stuff to go over here. Also want to say this one time, if you guys are watching the vids here and you're not in our community, it's time to get in it, man. You can talk with me one-on-one. There's going to be some other high-level members in there. A lot of good stuff that's going to be in the pinned comment. Also, you tap that like, and let's just get right into this, man. Now, just played this one maybe like a couple days ago. This is going to run for like 15 to 20 minutes. So what I want you guys to do, kind of just sit back, enjoy yourselves. Like I always say, grab a bottle of water, some Gatorade, maybe some coffee, and we're going to start breaking some stuff down here. Now, this is kind of a weird spot, right? We got 6-5 offsuit here. I wasn't really expecting to flop two pair, but, you know, I am going to build a pot here. I would just love to see a 6 or 5 on the turn. It wasn't a 6 or a 5, it was an ace, but I still feel like we're probably good here. So I'm going to still go for some value. Player 3 might have some kind of weird draw. Maybe he's got a pair, just trying to keep us honest. But, yeah, I'm definitely not going to check this one over again. We got to go for some value here. Keep it small, you know. Didn't even want to be in this hand, but here we are. Here we are. Now, I always say this as well, guys. The way I approach playing is got nothing to do with having one type of strategy like GTO, ABC, blah, blah, blah. It's more about just outplaying the opponents at the table, kind of using those strategies against them. You know, I've been playing now for a couple decades at least. I do this, I just play, man. Every single week basically, and just share some of these sessions with you guys. That's basically what I'm doing here, but hopefully you learned something. And the reason I'm saying, like, as you move up in stakes, you cannot just play one way, right? Players are going to get better, okay? The gap for, you know, the edges are smaller is kind of what I'm getting at. So you have to open things up. You got to be unpredictable, and you got to bluff, okay? And scaling back on tables makes a lot of sense too. You know, I think if you're playing 2 at a time, you don't really need to be playing like 4 or 6. You just focus on those games, and I think you'll see the ROI go up for the time you're putting into this. And more on that though, in the community. Like I said, man, I could give you some deeper insight, not such surface level stuff. Because, like I said, man, I've been doing this a long time and I get the results. Anyways, Queen 10 off here. I am going to defend. We did hit a 10 here. I did throw some bluffs in this one for sure. Kind of risky bluffs, but, you know, if I feel like, I say this too, if I feel like I can get a bluff through on somebody, then I've got no problem going for it. This one I just laid down. I'm going to give this guy credit. River card was a jack. Didn't really help us out at all, you know, and he was kind of going for it. 3-8 offsuit. He's going to be folding this. Just going to be mucking it, you know, little muck. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we're still just kind of ramping up here. So don't go anywhere, sit back, guys, because like I said, you're not going to want to miss what's coming up. I'll tell you what. All right, player 3 once again going for it here. All right, player 6 is going to keep him honest. River card doesn't really change a whole lot. I mean, some weird straights got there, I guess. Player 3, man, look at him, man. Look at him going for it. I don't even believe him, but maybe he's got it. Oh, I just don't believe him. Player 6 let him have it, though, so, you know, it is what it is, right? Okay, we progress. Ace 9 off. Check this one out, man. I really just, I really went for it here. No other way to say it. All right, so we're going to raise it up here. Now, this is just a button raise. Plus, I would do this with a wide range of hands. Player 6 is going to make the call. I think player 1 is also going to make the call. But we did hit top pair. Our kicker's not terrible. And check this out. So both these guys are going to check it. I think, player 1 is going to check. So obviously, I'm going to go for a continuation here. I'm really just trying to get these guys off the hand. I could see somebody calling here maybe with like a 4-5 or maybe like a 2-5. just to see a river, I'm sorry, a turn card, but player one is going to end up raising it here, and I just did not believe this at all. So check out what I'm going to do. My senses were going off here. This didn't make any sense. I think that, first of all, player one, I think if you, let's say you have like 3-5 here, I think it makes a lot more sense to slow play than to do this. That's what I think personally I would do. Kind of just bait somebody into it. This play just didn't make any sense to me. Even if let's say player one's got a set, I don't think you'd play it this way either. So I was like, what are you trying to do here? It didn't make any sense. So when I put all this together, this is when I made this play. Looks risky, but I went through it. I think player one's kind of like semi-bluffing this, trying to get us to fold. That's what it felt like here. Back over to player one. It's going to be a pretty quick fold from him. So, I mean, my instincts were right here. It just didn't make sense. And, like I said, I just thought it through. And, yeah, we took it down. So it was kind of cool. Okay, and then we went down a little bit. But still getting warmed up here. We got a 2-6 suited. You got to love that 2-6 suited, man. It is a monster. No doubt. All right, so I'm going to defend here. I figured why not. We were in the small blind. I'd rather have like a 2-5, you know what I mean? But we still played it. You can still flop some straights with the 2-6 suited, but yeah, I mean, nothing here for us. Check fold. Well, I mean, we do have some hope now. If we go to the river and hit a 5, it would be kind of a crazy turn of events, but I'm not going to put anything out there. I'm still in check fold here. If we can get to the river and hit a 5 or something, like, that's cool. Otherwise, we're mucking this. Okay, and ended up folding it. It is what it is. We wouldn't have got there anyways, so. All right, queen 9 off. I was put in a tough spot here. You'll see why in a second. This hand's very playable from the small blind. If we have a button raise here, the other thing too, like, okay, we didn't have a button raise, but it's a small raise. Pretty easy enough for us to make a call here and see a flop. Now, player 3 made the call on the button, so he could have pretty much anything. I have no idea what, but we're going to just kind of continue here. And look at that, man. So we're blocking the spades. We got the queen of spades. We could hit a 10 here for a straight, which is possible as well. We got some possibilities going on here for sure. All right, anyways, hopefully get the 10, right? All right, player 3 put in a decent sizing here. I had to make this call. Okay, I got to see a turn card. We are blocking the spades. So I figured if a spade peeled off on the turn, maybe I could just bluff at it. But I'm still looking for the 10. We didn't get anything here. If player 3 goes for this again, kind of just got to give it to him. You know what I mean? I can't really do anything here. And bluffing doesn't make sense at this point either. So just folded it. It was a tough one, guys, and we're kind of back to where we started, but it's all good, man. We're gonna still try to turn things around here. And speaking of a pretty crazy hand, we got a 7-3 suited here. This one was just ridiculous. All right, so this was definitely just like I don't know, maybe like a frustration kind of play. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about when you're just like, All right, anyways, I'm going to put in a raise here. I think player 3 is going to get out the way, and we're going to do our thing here. Just a position raise. Obviously, it's 7-3 suited. I didn't think I was going to play it this aggressive, but check this out. So player 6 is going to make the call here. I'm sorry, I think he might actually raise this. He did. He went pretty large here. I'm going to make the call. Normally wouldn't recommend it. We did hit the 3, couple 10s out there. Not worried about the 10. Player 6 could be doing this with a lot of overcards, ace, king, ace, queen kind of stuff. He could have a pocket pair, so now I'm kind of like putting myself in a situation here. What do I want to do? And once again, man, going for the high risk play. Going to come over the top here. Look at this. Look at the courage, man. Look at that courage. That is courage right there. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we got him off of it. Let's see what the turn would have been. I think it was a what, 6? All right, so things are getting interesting. Okay, next up, is this our moment here? It might be. All right, so here we go, guys. This is kind of the one we've been waiting for, and I hope you've enjoyed some of the stuff you've seen so far. But it always comes down, not always, but a lot of the time it comes down to, making a decision. Do you want to go for it? Do you want to let it go? Do you want to raise? Do you want to fold? This one, I did what I did. We're gonna end up getting this one all in pre against player 6, and let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. All right, so just putting a button raise in here. Now you got to remember, player 6 just did this. He did just do this. So I feel like he could be doing this with a lot of stuff, which kind of made me lean into making this play, which is to just kind of come over the top. And here we are. Here we are, y'all. All right, player 1's going to get out the way. I kind of thought about what to do next here a little bit, but just because of how player 6 was playing, I kind of felt maybe he was a little bit tilted at the same time, So that's why I came over the top here. We are blocking a lot of things. He could have ace king. It's possible we're blocking that. Technically, we have an ace. He could have. We wouldn't want to see like pocket kings or something. He could have weaker hands than us. He could have an ace 10 suited here, like an ace jack suited. I could see doing this, especially because we just did like a position raise here on the button. He could have some mid pocket pairs, and he called pretty quick, which was definitely like a red flag to me. Now he's got jacks. Fortunately, we did flop the queen, but he's got a lot of outs. He's also got the spades. Turn card was basically like the dagger to the heart, guys. He won this flip, and I'll tell you what, I still don't regret it, but it definitely hurt a little bit. Anyways, hope you enjoyed another one here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. I'm always sharing the W's and the L's. Get in the community, man. I could definitely give you guys some insight on just anything you want to talk about. Plus, playing is so isolated, let's be honest. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.